Okay, cool. All right, so let's get started. What we're going to talk about today is how to put a wholesaling package together, okay? And what I noticed, has anybody else ever noticed that? Does anybody notice this? Wholesalers, like 95% of all wholesalers, all they do is like text you an address and say they have a house for sale, right? And actually, is anybody in here interested in rehabbing? I would like to know that as well too, or have already rehabbed homes. So I'm a rehabber. I am not a wholesaler. I rehabbed homes for many, many, many years. I've done a lot of rehabs, okay? And so I'm speaking on how to put a wholesaling package together from the voice of a rehabber. As if you are going to be a wholesaler, you need to get out of your head and listen to what your buyers want, right? That is the key to being a successful wholesaler. Okay, so I get everybody's just trying to get that deal under contract and stuff. But the truth of the matter is getting the deal under contract is only one part of the equation in wholesaling. The other part is finding a buyer to buy your deal, which is actually harder than getting it under contract. All right. And so me as a wholesaler, essentially the way it works is, me as a rehabber, essentially the way that it works is I want to know specific data. I want to know specific things about the project so that I can make a decision on whether or not I want it. But what happens, I'm going to tell you, there's like two different types of wholesalers in the world, and you guys can quote me on this, right? There's the ones that don't do any work and just send you out an address and then say, you do your own due diligence. And then there's the other ones that they do all the work for you, and they have a system and it's automated. And those are the ones I'm going to tell you, the rehabbers out there that have a system and automate anything, those are the ones that really kind of make all the money. All right. And then you have these rehabbers out there, they have like one-offs, right? It's like they'll just do one here and one here and one here, right? And then you have the other ones that are like, okay, we're going to get this automated. So I am the type of person as a rehabber, if you don't know me, I am the type of person that I'm like, everything is automated. Everything is systematized for me because, I want to be able to go on vacation for 3 months and, everything, works without me, right? That's the goal for me. And I do this quite often. So, with wholesalers, do you want to be the one that just gets it under contracts and texts everybody an address and then hopes that you find a buyer? Or do you want to have like a badass wholesaling package where they open it up and they're like, oh, here's all the information I need for me to make a decision? And the truth of the matter is everything that you need as a wholesaler to make a decision on whether or not this deal is a good deal or not, is exactly what your buyers need, right? So why not just share all the information that you had with them? My personal opinion. All right. And the truth of the matter is that even if you decide to rehab it, the lender needs all this information. So essentially you and the lender and the buyer need all of the same information. Okay. So what I do personally, okay, when I find deals that I think that are good deals to either buy or to wholesale, all right, the first thing that I do is I create a Google folder. We're going to talk about this, okay? I create a Google folder. All right. So number one, create a Google folder of the address, with the address, like the name of the address. The address is the name of the folder is what I'm saying. And you don't have to use Google. You can use OneDrive or whatever you use. I just use Google, okay? All right, so this is like the address. The folder is the address, okay? And inside that folder, you're going to have, so 123 Main Street. right? Inside that folder, you're going to need, what are you going to need? What are some things that you need in order to make a decision on whether or not you're going to buy that property? Name some off in the chat if you can think of something. What do you need? All right. What would be something that you need? Does anybody have any ideas? Everybody just sleeping? That's it? Everybody's just sleeping. The square footage? Yeah, I mean, I guess, okay. So, that's like details of the house. That's like details of the property. Okay, so that would be under what's called property report card. I call it the property report card. That's what I call it. Which is going to be like, it's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, and you can get this right off of like county information. Okay, so you can just go like, you can search the address and you can find the report card that way, or you can go to your MLS, right? We have like a public website for our MLS, which is georgiamls.com. And you can go and get the report card from there, but I'm sure you can get it from Zillow or whatever, wherever else, but you want to get the property report card. The property report card is like, it has 3 bedrooms, 2-bath, it's 1,700 square feet. The taxes, they paid $1,500. It's on it's on 0.1 acre or sorry, 0.98 acres or whatever it is, so like they have like all this information to school, that's called the property report card. Okay, so that's one thing that you would need in this folder. Okay, another thing that you would need in this folder, what you would need to be doing as the wholesaler is taking pictures, right? Pictures of the house. So you would want to put pictures, and I call these before pictures, right? Because then you have, if you're a rehabber, then you have after pictures, final pictures and stuff, or you have during project pictures and stuff, so I just call these before pictures. Okay. Number 3, I see we need comps, right? Somebody said that. Yeah. So comps. Right? And you would need 2 different kinds of comps, active comps and sold comps. And you try to get 3 of each, honestly, to put into the folder, right? And you would save these in the folder as your comps, right? Active or active or sold. All right. Now, another thing that you would need is a deal analysis. Right? So how you're running the numbers to figure out the deal, right? Right? So your actual deal analysis, right? And you should have like a spreadsheet that you're running numbers on, right? Instead of just like calculating on a phone or whatever, you should have like an actual spreadsheet. I use ROI Muse. If anybody does not have a calculator, just so you know, I use ROI Muse. Contact them and let them know that you know me, and tell them that you want Stacy's discount if you're interested in buying this calculator. It's an online, they have all kinds of deal analyzers, right? You just buy like one, you just buy like a membership and then you have access to them all. Okay, it's called ROI Muse. And the owner's name, his name is Joe. Awesome guy, nice guy. So just talk to Joe and let him know that you know me, and then he'll give you Stacy's special discount. Okay. Comps, deal analysis. Okay. What else do we need in order to make a decision? Actually, yeah, Faye says repairs, right? Repairs, right? So you need like a repair estimate or a repair budget. Okay. All right. And that would be like, something that shows what needs to get done to the house. All right. Now, a lot of wholesalers, they'll be like, I'm not going to even do that. I'm just going to guess 50,000. I'm not even going to give them a budget or anything like this because like it's too much work and I don't want to do it. Right. So me personally, if I have a wholesaler send me, I'm going to show you a wholesaler that's like probably one of the best wholesalers in the city of Atlanta, and how he does his deals. And I'll show you some of mine as well too online, and show you kind of how I blast my stuff out and everything. And so that way you can have a couple of ideas of what a wholesaling package should look like, okay? So the repair estimate, the deal analysis, comps, pictures, report card. What I also put into my wholesaling package, or even in my like package that I'm going to send out to my lenders, which is the same thing, right? Is like a map view of where the house is located. All right. And a map view. I like to open up my folder, click on my location map and open it up and go, oh, okay, it's right there. Okay, I know exactly where it's at. And I'll show you what that looks like too. Map view or location. I don't know what it's called. I call it map view. Okay. Let's see, what else can anybody think of that that you need to have to decide whether or not you need a deal? I mean, essentially the way it works, honestly, this is exactly what I teach my students in my coaching program. All right. And I'll tell you guys as well. Another thing that you could get, but you don't have to get, but I know some wholesalers that are like super badass wholesalers that do this, is the appraisal. But this is not, a lot of them don't do this. And then another thing that you could do, but you don't have to, is a home inspection, right? You don't have to do this, but I know some that do, and I'll show you the ones that do, okay? But essentially, like what I'm going through right now is like how you, in my mind, I'm thinking, how do you analyze a deal, right? So you as a wholesaler, you should know the ARV formula. Does anybody know the ARV formula? I'm sure a lot of people do. But I use the ARV formula, honestly, is just as like a step-by-step guide. So the ARV formula is called the after repair value. This is the price that you're going to be selling it at once the rehab's done, right? Or whoever's going to buy it's going to sell it at, right? So, and then ARP is after repair value, just so anybody doesn't know. But so what you're going to do is the first thing that you do for the ARV is ARV times 70%, or maybe even 65% minus repairs, equals your Mayo minus your wholesale fee. Fee equals sell price. Equals offer price. Something like this, okay? I'll show you kind of what it looks like. So the ARV is how you get your comps, right? So we talked about you need comps in order to figure out your ARV. This 70% is called LTV. This is what lenders are going to be loaning on the deal. The LTV is called loan to value, right? So this is what the lenders are going to be loaning on the deal. Most of the time it's like 65 or 70% LTV. Right now it could be a little bit less if it's a hard money lender, something like this. All right. The repairs, right? We already talked about this. This is your estimate or your budget. The Mayo is called your maximum allowable offer. Okay, this is what you're going to end up offering on the deal. Okay, and then your wholesale fee is what you're going to minus out to get your actual price. Okay, so that you can make some money on the deal. All right, this price right here, this is like the rehabber profit. Okay, so let's just say real fast, we can calculate this out in practice. Let's just say we find a house that's worth that we can sell it at $200,000, and we know the repair estimate is going to be like $40,000. Okay, let's just say that. That's it. Those are the two givens that we know. All right, so just take your calculator, super easy, and you just do 200 times 0.7, which is 140, minus the $40,000 for the repair. So 100,000 is what the rehabber is going to would buy. I would buy this for 100 grand. As a wholesaler, As a wholesaler, you would buy it at, you would say, I want to make 10 grand on it. So you would have to put an offer in for 90. All right. Does that make sense? Right. So let's just say it's rehabber pay, not profit, payment. Mayo. Okay. So if it's 200,000 for the ARV, tell me if y'all can see that. Yeah, 200,000 times 70%, right, is 140K. The repair values are 40K, so it comes out to 100. I'll put this down. Okay, it's 100K. This is the Mayo. This is what the rehabber would pay. All right, rehabber pays the Mayo. Okay, you are the wholesaler, so you want to make 10K. This is your fee for the wholesaler, right? So your Mayo, your maximum allowable offer is 90K. Okay, so essentially, when I think about like what I need in order to make a decision on whether or not I want to buy the project or not, buy the deal or not, I know I need comps, I need a repair estimate, I need to know what the wholesaler fee is, right? And I'm utilizing the ARV formula in order to gather all this information. All right. Does that make sense to everybody? That makes sense or doesn't make sense? We can practice another one. Actually, I'll just tell y'all some numbers and you tell me, okay? We'll practice. The ARV is going to be 225. All right. What's 225 times 70%? Can somebody tell me? What's 225 times 70%? Which is the LTV. Somebody pull out your calculator and do this. I know y'all can do it. Bing, bang, boom. All right, 157.7. Thank you. 157 or 157.5. Okay. Now the repairs are going to be, let's say the repairs are 50K. All right, so your total is going to be 107,500 for your, you can call this, if you're a rehabber, you would call this your Mayo. If you're not a rehabber, if you're a wholesaler, then you would want to deduct your fee, right? And I want to make 20K on this deal, right? So I know it's going to be, is it 90? What's 107 minus 20? Is that 87? Yeah, 87, right? 97, 107, yeah. 87,500. This is my Mayo. This is my maximum allowable offer. This is what I am offering to the seller. Okay. Does that make sense to everybody? Say yes or no in the chat, please. Okay. And we'll just move, and then we're going to go back over to our wholesaling package. Now on the wholesaling package, we've got our property report card, our pictures, our comps, deal analysis, repair estimate, map view, appraisals, home inspection. All right. That's kind of like, I think we'll come to some more stuff, I'm sure. Let's look in my folders. Let's look at my Google Drive folders and let's kind of see what I do in my Google Drive folders. Doesn't that sound exciting? Oh my gosh, I'm so excited right now. Okay, hang on. We want to do this and share. Okay, now let me get my chat out here. Let me put it over here just in case. Whoa, 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 something's happening. Okay. Okay, so let's go to Google Drive. Oops, sorry. Not Google Drive, not google.com. And then we are going to go to let's pick a folder here. Let's pick one of my folders. Let's see, it'll come up here in just a second. Let's see if I can find a good one. I'm not sure. I can't even remember these houses. Let's see. Is Westmont good? Okay, yeah. Okay, so this is what inside my Google. So this is the address of one of the houses that I did. I don't know when, maybe a couple years ago or so. All right. So actually what I do, you see, what I do is I create a folder inside this folder, and it's called acquisitions. Acquisitions. All right. So this is everything I need to acquire the property. All right. So as you can see inside the acquisitions folder, we have the before pictures. Let's take a look at this thing. I can't remember which house this is. All right, so this was the house before. Can't even remember this house. I have no idea. Okay, so it looks like a house. All right, this is it. Okay, so that's like the before pictures, okay? And then I have the repair estimate, right? We have that on the sheet. We need the repair estimate. This is our repair estimator, right? And so we can go through and we can list out everything that is needed, right? On the repair estimate, right? So this is our repair estimator, okay? And it comes up with the price at the bottom. Somehow, I'm not sure what maybe this isn't filled out, but this is our repair estimator. Okay, this is what it looks like. And then I have what's called the realist report, which is actually the property report card. All right. And so this is it tells you, see, like somebody said square foot, and here it is. There's the lot size. It was a 3,984 square feet, right? It was bought in 2012 for $7,000. Okay. So this is the property report card. See, look, this is the lot and everything. That's what a property report card looks like. This is like, you can definitely get this this is public data is what it is. So just whatever websites you can use to find it. And then this is the CMA, or this is us running comps on this house. Okay. And so this is kind of what a CMA looks like, just so everybody knows. Here's all of the, the comps and everything and what it would come out to. And this is kind of what a CMA looks like. You can get this, I use Privy is what I do in order to run my comps. But you can use, there's a lot of comping softwares out there, and I'm sure probably a lot of them have CMAs and stuff. But so you can go through and then you can look at all of the comps and everything, okay? Here's my location. Remember I told you I needed a map? This is it. Okay, that's the house. And I know, because this is kind of the area that I did my rehabs in. So I would like to know, where is this on the map? And so I would look at it this way. This is the front of the house. Yeah, we always put a picture of the front of the house, because like sometimes I'd be like, which house is this? I can't even remember anymore, because we would always be doing like 10 to 20 rehabs at a time, and I was like mixing all my houses up. So we always put a picture of the front in. And then here's the deal analyzer. All right, this is how I ran my numbers, and this is how you could put the numbers in and you could figure out like what the profit is and all this. Okay, so that's this is our little deal analyzer. Okay. And so this is all of the information that I need in order to make a decision on whether or not it's a good deal, right? So obviously I'm a rehabber, right? So you as a wholesaler, now you know what a rehabber needs in order to make a decision on whether or not they want to buy your property. It's all this stuff. So why not just put it all into a Google folder and then share that folder with the people that are interested in your property? All right. And I don't know anybody. There's not a lot of people that do this. I do this with all my wholesale deals. So I wholesale storage facilities. Essentially, I don't do a lot of residential. I do mostly commercial now. But essentially, anytime that I'm wholesaling a storage facility, I put everything into a folder, and then I just have anybody that's interested in buying it, I just share that folder, right? And you can just right click and then share it with whoever, right? And that's kind of how I do my deals. All right. That's how I do my wholesale deals, because I just put it into the folder and then I send this out. Okay. Now, let me see. that is the acquisitions. That's the acquisitions folder, right? And as you can see, as we go through, like, more folders are added and stuff, but I just wanted to give you an idea of kind of how we internally organize all of our rehabs. And then you can see as a wholesaler, what I need as a rehabber, right? Give you a better idea. Okay. Okay, so there's that. Any questions on that, actually? Any questions on the Google folder, or any questions on like what a wholesaler needs to make a decision, or how we should put that together? Put those into the chat, okay? Or anything that we talked about, okay? And then while we're doing that, I wanted to send you, I wonder if I think this guy, his name is Goldmine Properties.net, I think is his website. Let's see. Yeah. This is Atlanta's #1 real estate wholesaler. So you can check this website out too. And I would actually join his newsletter and start getting his emails, because the way that he markets, there are very few wholesalers out here. Does anybody know this guy? That's from Atlanta. The way that he markets and the way he does his deal, he does probably, I'm guessing, around 10 deals a month. I don't know how many. He does a lot of deals. He does a lot. Okay. And he's been wholesaling in the Atlanta area for about, I think, 20 years now. I mean, there's a lot of wholesalers that I know that are kind of older, and they know what they're doing. They know what they're doing, right? So you want to be a good wholesaler, you want to be like the badass wholesaler out there, I highly recommend that you look at what he's doing, because he knows what he's doing. Okay. And so look at this. You can sign up for text alerts from his properties as well too. That's new. I haven't even seen that. Okay. And then he has a list of like all his available properties here. He's got a nice website. His mailing list is here. Now let's kind of see how he markets his properties. Let's see how he markets his properties. Okay. Because he's been building up his buyers list for a ridiculous, however long he's been online for. So I'm guessing at least 10 or 15 years. I've been doing it 10 years, and I know he's been doing it longer than I have. Okay. And so this is what I wanted to show you, is this, which I love this thing. All right. So this is one of his available properties. Oh, look, when I click on it, it goes to Dropbox. Wow, what an amazing idea, right? It's not just a text message that you get with an address on it. You're actually led to a Dropbox. Now, the first thing is that he has this flyer. All right, here's his flyer. And so how do I get rid of this thing? Okay, so this is the address. It's under contract. So this is the house, okay? And he runs his numbers. He's saying that he runs his numbers at 65%, which is better than 70%, actually. Okay, so he's running his numbers at 65% LTV. Okay, all right, so this is the house. I guess somebody started it and then they ran out of money. All right, so now he's trying to wholesale. He picked it up and now he's trying to wholesale it, which is like typical. You'll see a lot of this coming up in the next couple of years, believe me. So now, as you can see, he's got all these pictures, right, of the property. He's got the address. He's got, oh, look, he's got the ARV, which he explains is the after repair value for $240,000. He's got his purchase price. What he's selling it for is $100,000 or $100,500. The repairs are $56,000. And the profit is $84,000. Okay. So he's showing the numbers right on the flyer for all the rehabbers, so they will know what they mean. Now, of course, we have to do our own deal. I would definitely do my own due diligence, but at least this kind of gives me an idea of what I'm looking at. You know what I'm saying? It gives me an idea of what I'm looking at, right? Instead of just sending out an address. So now, guess what? He's got all his comps right here. So you can just Google those addresses, bing, bang, boom, and then check out the comps, right? So the comps are right on the flyer. Oh, and look, oh my gosh, look at this. He's got all his repairs, everything that he's going to be doing to the property. He is already giving you what needs to be done to the property and how much that's going to cost. What an awesome idea that is, right? Okay, so as you can see here, he's doing an addition. He's doing the front door and the back door. He's going to put the whole roof on, electrical, windows. So he has actually created a scope of work for the rehabber. Now, of course, they have to do their own due diligence, and who knows if they get a whole nother, rehabber to come in and run the numbers, and they, who knows what's going to happen, but at least it gives the rehabber me an idea on like, what are some of the things that need to get done to this house? You know what I'm saying? Oh, I love this. Look at this. He added the plans and the drawings to the flyer as well too. So if you have this, you can have this in the flyer. And he even puts the lockbox code right on the flyer, and then he puts all his contact information. You see that? What a great looking flyer this is. Yeah. So I wanted to show that to you, because if you need ideas of how to market, and then what can you do? You can add this into an email and just blast it out to your email list, right? Your buyer email list. Or if you do text blasts, which I highly recommend that you do both, then you would text out like, hey, like, what does this say? Like, you would text out to your list 1396 square feet, $100,000 right now. And then you would put a link to the folder. So they could just, on the text message, they could just click on that link and it would take them right to the Dropbox folder. Okay. And let's see. So here, he gave like a whole repair estimate, literally, like he's going through, he's showing you how he runs his numbers. He's showing you, he's giving you like some, some benefits or some descriptions about it. All the comps in the area, right? All the comps in the area that he can find are all listed right here. And then he actually lists out all of the repairs for the entire project right here, all the way down to here. Okay, so the repair estimate is in the folder. Oh, he added an appraisal. Wow, he gets an appraisal on every one of his houses, an after repair appraisal. I think it costs like maybe $300, but he just puts that into his budget for his wholesaling bills. And so then that way you can actually see the appraiser is saying, yes, it's going to sell for around this much money. So that's another thing to add to your wholesaling package to give credibility to your deal. Okay, so this is that here. And then let's see here. And then this is, let's go to this one. Oh, this is the plan. So he added the plans into the folder, right? So you could take a look at it. It's too big, right? But you can obviously see all the plans and stuff. Why does this come up? This, okay. Yeah, so this is all here. So you could open this up and actually look at it if you want to look at it. We don't need to look at the plans. And then what's this? Oh, here's the site plan. Oh, I like it. Yes. So any type of documents that you have for the deal. So obviously this one had plans and a site plan, right? Because the builder, the person that was doing the deal, the rehabber, ran out of money, obviously did not budget this correctly. Okay. So there's that. And then finally the folder, and inside the folder is all the pictures of the house. The before pictures, right? Remember I said before pictures. And that is what that's how he markets his deals. And he will send out an email to everyone, just like I do. And inside of it, he has just this flyer. That's what he sends out. In the flyer, that's what he sends out, is just this flyer to his list. All right. And then also with the text messages, he'll text out when he's emailing. He'll also text out, and then he'll link everybody to the drive. Okay. So for me personally, the way that he does this, as a rehabber, I love this because all the information is right there. All right, does anybody have any questions on that? I think that's pretty clear, but does anybody have any thoughts or questions on that? I'm going to stop share on this. Can you think of any type of questions or anything? So that is basically what I wanted to show you. So now you kind of have an idea of a totally badass investor and what he does to wholesale, 10 properties. And me personally, this is exactly what I do. Exactly what I do, right? I do like a nice folder with everything inside it, and I email blast it out and text blast it out and lead everybody to that folder. Okay, any questions on that? Any thoughts, questions? Any other questions then? I have given you the best, all of the ideas of what you need for your wholesaling package. All right, I wanted to teach this to everybody because I feel like it's lacking. What I see is it's lacking right now. Any questions? Any other questions outside of that for wholesaling? If you're, okay, Faces, if you're a relatively new wholesaler and not comfortable with breaking down the repair cost, how do you provide a repair estimate? Good question. Good. Highly recommend that you get a contractor to go with you then. If you're not 100% sure, the first couple of times, take a contractor out and then just have them give you an estimate. Just tell them, look, I'm looking at buying this house. What would the estimate be? And they could just kind of eyeball. I know I can eyeball a house and give like a quick estimate, right? And then Mina says this as well too. So highly recommend, if you don't know how to do repair estimates, number one, you either hire a coach to teach you and help you, right? So hire somebody that will actually show you and teach you how to do that. Or number two, you get a contractor to go out there and walk the property and show you what needs to get done. Okay. That's really kind of it. And then number three is like, it's really experience. The first couple of times that you do it, of course, you're not going to know. So you need to take an expert to tell you and show you what to do. I mean, that's just how it is, right? The first couple of times that you do something, you either do it yourself and it's trial by error, or you hire an expert to teach you and show you what to do. Okay. What's the best way to determine the ARV with no comps? Get comping software, essentially. So get comping software and then just have it run the comps for you, right? So I use Privy, but there's all kinds out there. And then if there's no comps, like essentially what are you talking about? There's just no comps in the whole radius. What you need to do then is look at square footage, price per square foot for other houses, compare like some comparable, semi-comparable houses, price per square foot, right? So if there's a 4.2 over here and you want to do a 3.2 and there's no other 3.2s except for you, then you would just take the price per square foot of the 4.2 and use it over here on your 3.2. Does that make sense? Okay. And then finally, it says, it seems that most wholesalers are more concerned with getting the deal out quickly. Yes, that's what I'm saying, is that most wholesalers are not, and a lot of people teach this too as well. So I'm like the opposite. A lot of people that teach how to wholesale, they're just like, let the buyer do the due diligence, right? So there's the easy way and then there's the hard way. All right. The way that I'm telling you is a little bit extra work, right? But you can get more bang for your buck, number one. And then number two, you can build you can build a good buyer's list this way, right? Because the people that just send me the text message, I had one guy, he's trying to wholesale me like a storage facility. And it's just, he sent me like 8 emails with like pictures and just crap. And I was just like, delete. I was like, I don't have time for that. So I'm not even gonna look at his deal. So true buyers only have so much time to do stuff and to look at stuff. So as much information as you can give will help that buyer to make a decision on whether or not they want to buy that property. Right? But I see a lot of people kind of going towards the easy route instead of the hard route. But I'm telling you, you'll make more money and you'll build a better buyer's list if you do it this way. Okay. What else? Who else? That's good questions. Good. Any more other final questions? Anything else about wholesaling or anything right now? Is lender money available for wholesalers? It's called transactional funding. Transactional funding. And what they do is they will loan you the money for anywhere from like 24 hours to like 7 days or something like this. And they charge you like a percentage. Like if it's like shorter to longer, it takes, but it's really not that much. It should be anywhere from like 1 to 3%. Okay, but there's definitely transactional financing out there as well too. Okay, so highly recommend, and that's to help you double close. So let's just say you are going to make 20 grand on a deal and you don't want the buyer to know you're going to make 20 grand, right? So if you put it under contract for 20,000 and sell it for 40, then like I would double close that is what I would do. Okay, and then that way so that means you have to borrow the money to close the 20K and then sell and then, and do a double close. And then you make that cut in the middle, but nobody knows, the buyer doesn't know and the seller doesn't know how much money you're actually buying and selling it for. It's called double closing. You need your own money in order to do that. Okay. Okay, good. Great questions. Any other final questions? Anything else? Anybody out there? Anybody need some help with? Okay. All right, cool. All right. Well, thank you all. This is a short and sweet session, but thank you all for hanging out with me. And I will see y'all at the next one. All right. All right. I will take care. You guys have a happy Thanksgiving. Okay. Bye.